From JBS Studios in Greater New York, this is the JBS News Update with Teisha Bader.
I'm Teisha Bader with the JBS News Update for Friday, June the 13th, 2025. The IDF overnight last night launched Operation Rising Lion, targeting Iran's nuclear program, citing an imminent and existential threat. Here's IDF spokesperson Brigadier General Effie Defrin.
Over the past few months, intelligence has shown that Iran is closer than ever to obtaining a nuclear weapon. This morning, the IDF began preemptive and precise strikes targeting the Iranian nuclear program in order to prevent the Iranian regime's ability to build a nuclear bomb in the immediate time frame. We have no choice. We are operating against an imminent and existential threat. We cannot allow the Iranian regime to obtain a nuclear weapon that would be a danger to Israel and the entire world.
Over 200 Israeli Air Force fighter jets hit dozens of military and nuclear targets in Iran, including the Iranian regime's largest uranium enrichment site in the Natanz area, and eliminated the three most senior military commanders of the regime: Chief of Staff of the Iranian Armed Forces, Commander of the Iranian Revolutionary Guard, and Head of the Emergency Command, among others. Iran today, in response, launched some 100 drones at Israel. They were intercepted by the IDF using its Air Force and naval missile ships. The IDF continuing its operation today, hitting the Iranian regime's air defense systems and ballistic missiles and missile launchers, as well as infrastructure for launching drones. And then later tonight, several barrages of missiles were fired at Israel, sending Israelis once again to bomb shelters and safe rooms, where they were told to remain tonight for the time being. There were reports of some 7 light injuries. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu said the operation will continue for as many days as it takes to remove this threat. The Prime Minister cited the Iranian regime's calls for Israel's destruction for decades and the nuclear program it has built to back up those threats, saying the regime has taken steps over the last few months that it has never taken before to weaponize their enriched uranium, and that if not stopped, the Prime Minister said, Iran could produce a nuclear weapon in a very short time.
Today, Israel has shown that we have learned the lessons of history. When enemies vow to destroy you, believe them. When enemies build weapons of mass death, stop them. Generations from now, history will record that our generation stood its ground, acted in time, and secured our common future. May God bless Israel. May God bless the forces of civilization everywhere.
The Prime Minister's office said today that Netanyahu, since last night, has held conversations with world leaders, including of Germany, India, and France, and is due to speak with U.S. President Donald Trump and others, saying the leaders showed understanding for Israel's defense needs in the face of the Iranian threat of annihilation. President Trump said today that he gave Iran a chance to make a deal, but they just couldn't get it done. Israel's airspace was closed last night with flights diverted as Ben Gurion International Airport remains closed for now. The IDF has also begun calling up reserve soldiers, it said, from various units for various combat sectors throughout the country. And the Prime Minister updated Israel's President Isaac Herzog on the operation. Herzog saying today that for decades, the Iranian regime has worked to spread terror, destabilize the region, and attack Jewish communities and other nations, while actively threatening the very existence of the Jewish state through both words and deeds. Herzog saying its empire of evil proxies who carried out the October 7th massacre still hold 53 innocent hostages in Gaza under brutal conditions. We demand their immediate release. This is a struggle for the safety of the Middle East, he said, and the world. This is a battle for a more peaceful future in the Middle East. This is a battle for the values of the free world. Iran must not have nuclear capabilities. while Jewish organizations here in the United States shared their support and unwavering solidarity with Israel and its right to self-defense against the Iranian regime. And amid all this, sirens sounded in the Jerusalem area today when the Houthis launched a ballistic missile at Israel from Yemen. The IDF said it fell in the Hebron area and no injuries were reported as of the time of the taping of this newscast. Taking a look now at our programming for tonight on JBS for Friday, June the 13th. Live Shabbat services are coming up at 6 o'clock from New York City's Central Synagogue, followed by Shabbat services from the Hampton Synagogue. At 8:30, Justin Pine speaks with Rabbi Moshe Weinberger on powerful insights from Chassidut. At 9:30, Abigail Pogrebin speaks with author David Kraemer about his book, Embracing Exile. At 10, I speak with director of Bad Shabbos, Daniel Robbins. At 10:30, a replay of the services from the Hampton Synagogue, followed by a replay from Central Synagogue. And coming up next, it's a look at this week's Torah Portion. And that's the JBS News Update for Friday, June the 13th, 2025. I'm Teisha Bader, wishing you a Shabbat Shalom. Am Yisrael Chai.